Latinoamericano and the director of the English department. And what is your name?
Victor Hugo Castaño.
Okay, so thank you for having us today.
It's a pleasure.
Alright, so let's start. Start by saying, how many groups do you teach per day?
Here in the school, only one.
Only one? Alright. And about how many learners do you have per group or in that group?
I have 17.
17? And what is the age range of the learners?
Of that group, I have from 15 to 17.
Okay. What kind of testing have you taken in order to evaluate your English level?
Well, I did some testing with the British Council. I also participated in something that the Colombian government did like 2 years ago with American company. I think it was Force English, something that they did in 2007. And they evaluated all the people that wanted to participate in, and I got a C1 level. In most of them, I got a C2 level in reading and listening. Okay, and they didn't do the speaking. It was the only thing that the only skill that they didn't diagnose. The only test the other three.
Okay. What type of techniques do you use in order to make your classes dynamic?
Well, I've been teaching for many years. I try to look for a lot of information in the internet. I have also created some activities which I share with many teachers around Colombia. I work in a company in Bogota, which is books and different conferences. And I try all my classes at the end of the class at least to do like a different activity for them like to read the lesson or to learn new vocabulary. So what I want to do, what I tell also my teachers to do is just have fun in class. That's what I want, to have fun in class, which is not easy.
Example of one?
I can give you one for vocabulary that I call it bingo listening. You need to do a bingo with the student with the vocabulary that you're working on. For example, if you are giving, let's say you're working with the regular verbs, and I gave them 20 verbs, so what I do is they have to make like a grid, and I select the vocabulary from the bag, or I do it through the listening, depending on the material that I'm using. You can do it through listening, with a CD, with a cassette, or you can do it with papers and take out the words that you want to do, and that will be practice. Or you can also do mimics. There are many things that you can do. There are so many activities. I have some that I have created, and there are so many on the web that you can use.
What type of tool do you use in order to develop the needed skills for a target language?
Well, I believe that it's very important that our teachers have material to work with. That has to do with the textbooks. We need textbooks to use the textbooks and everything that the editorials or the publisher give us. But I also believe that we have to bring a lot of reality to the classroom. We have to bring things in the classroom to show the students and to motivate them to participate in it.
How effective have those tools been?
Well, if we go back 15 years to now, at the beginning, maybe because when you start you don't have the experience, you tend to make a lot of mistakes. But as you go along with the process, you learn that all of them can work, but you have to use them in the right way. You can have a great activity, but if you don't use the right tools, it doesn't work. You may have the right tools, do it in a wrong activity. It might not work out. But the most important is that you cannot make mistakes.
How important is participation of the learners in your classes?
100%. Because that's the way you see, when you evaluate the students in the end, only based on tests or exams. You have to evaluate the whole process. For me, it's important that they participate, even if they make mistakes. I need them to see that they're learning and they want to learn and they produce.
That's good. Do you focus on any specific skills in class?
Well, sometimes we do, but I always tell the students, for example, if you want to focus for, let's say, reading. For reading, it's important that you will be using listening and speaking. They will produce that. But sometimes, if you have the first skill, you're going to focus on reading. some the highest percentage will be on reading, but you need the other skills. You cannot work only on one skill specific. You focus on one on a high percentage, but you have to use the other one.
Do you prepare classes in a specific pattern according to the stage of development of the student?
Well, we try to. Now that I have to mention that I started the school this year. I hadn't been in school for the last 3 years because 3 years ago I opened my own company. So I was working in a company which is also related to English. Now that I came back, yes, we have to be prepared all the time to meet the needs of the students. That has to include all the learning styles that they have, because we, as human beings, learn in different ways, and we have to have that into account. What are the advantages of that nowadays? That when you have a textbook, most of the textbooks right now are focused on that. They focus on learning the style, they focus on the mixability between the group. So it gives you the opportunity to have a well-prepared class. And once you know the students, you know what needs them.
Are you conscious of the stage of development?
I don't understand.
What they call, the silent period.
Oh yeah, of
adoption
course.
period. I'm sure you saw that all
Yes,
in
of
school and all that.
Of course I did. Yes, very cool. As a matter of fact, I'm organizing a workshop to train the teachers in that. Because since I have new teachers now, I have to give them a workshop because they have to have, you see, to give a class, we have to have into account many things and many stages of the class. And they have to know some background knowledge related to the way we learn language. And if they don't know it, maybe they have the best intentions to do something good, but if they know some things, they will make mistakes. And the process of this learning will take longer.
How important do you believe there are to overall development of your class?
Well, I think it's very important. With all the process, we have to have, like I mentioned before, into account but we need to follow a process and we need to follow the way the students are learning and how to help them to improve all of the skills that they are learning.
Have you developed any theories or special forms of teaching?
Well, developing any theories, I don't think I have. But I do have created some different strategies and activities I can do to improve the level of students. And that's what I have been doing for the past 8 years.
What is your opinion on the current system of foreign language education in Colombia?
Well, I have to be honest with you, we have a lot to do. We know that they have created the Plan Nacional de Bilingüismo that goes from 2004 to 2019. It's something that is not happening. Right now I belong to something that is called Mesa Territorial de Bilingüismo that is created by the Empresarios por la Educación. And just last week we were presented with a project that was created by Risaralda Bilingüe, 2005 and 2017. Up to now, after 6 years, they haven't been able to do anything. So the process is there. They are doing some efforts, but everybody's like doing what they think it is, but they're not working as a group together. Right now, they have two very interesting mesas de bilingüismo that are the one in Armenia and there is the one in charge of doing the second congress. And in Manizales, they have a good one. Now in Pereira, we are creating this new mesa territorial and we are trying to apply everything that the government is doing or they trying to do and organize it in all the schools here in Pereira. It is not an easy task. Let me give you some statistics. Finland is one of the best countries in education. Okay, they've been having for the past 50 years the process of bilingualism, and they have only reached 60% of the process in 50 years. So we have 60% is still. And if you want extra information, I just read in El Tiempo, or I published in a page that I have, they gave us Colombia, out of 44 countries, we are in number 41. And we have Panama, Costa Rica, Peru, and Ecuador in front of us. And they also mentioned the other countries with a good level of English as a second language, which was Noriega, Finland, There were 3 or 4 more. If you want that information, I can give it to you.
Yeah, thank you.
It will be very helpful for what you're doing.
All right.
The last question.
Oh, I'm glad.
Do you believe there should be any changes to the foreign language teaching system in the country?
What I think is that we need in Colombia. I mean, Colombia is one of the countries that have the best laws in the world, but we don't apply those laws. I think we have a good intentions with all the bilingual program, but they need to focus more on the teachers that are teaching in primary. We have a big problem right now with public schools. The teachers that teach primary in public school, they have to teach all the subjects, including English, but they do not have the language. They don't have the level of the language. They don't have the knowledge. They don't have the background. They don't have what you were asking me before about all the process of how we learn a second language.
They don't have the
what
theories,
stages
like
of
the
theories that
theoretical
we need
part
for
of
that.
them.
So I think the government, they are doing efforts, but independently. They should unify all those efforts and focus on the teacher. Right now, here in the Anglo-Americano, with the Mesa Bilinguismo, we are creating a project to help some schools, but we won't be able to get to others. But the idea is that if the project works, we can present it to different people around the city.
Okay, so thank you very much for taking your time to help us.
It is a pleasure.
And it was a very interesting interview, actually. You
Yes.
gave very interesting answers. And thank you.
I hope you're very helpful.
So much
You're
for
welcome.
this. Thank you.
Very good.
Okay,